What's up, guys? Roguebloader here with Unashamed Gaming, bringing you another Black Ops 3 gameplay today. Today I'm going to be discussing the gravity spikes. I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit quietly. I'm trying not to wake my roommate up. But I'm going to be discussing the gravity spikes today, which were probably my least favorite specialist weapon to use. I didn't think they would be that bad. Sonny told me about them. He told me he had the hardest time doing these, and I did not believe him. Well, I believe that he had the hardest time doing it, but I just didn't see how they would be that hard. But they sucked, if I'm honest. They were probably the hardest one to get out of all the specialist challenges and weapons. But this was the last one I got, so I have all the hero armors now. And as promised, I will be uploading full transmissions of every specialist, starting with today. I'm going to upload in addition to whatever video is already going up that day, so for 9 days straight. So every day, I think 3 o'clock, we'll have the transmissions going up. That's 3 Eastern time. And they'll go up in addition to whatever else is going up that day. So today, I usually put my videos live at by noon at the latest. So if you're watching this video and it's at least 3 o'clock on Monday, then the first transmission is up, and I'm going in order of specialist, in the order that you unlock them from left to right. So you'll have this guy, actually, I think the gravity spike guy, the first day, and then it'll go from there. But I really wanted to get a how-to video with the gravity spikes, because they gave me such a hard time. The problem was I couldn't really get a good gameplay with them. Even games where I got the 6 kills, they weren't that great of games. And this one is probably the best out of all the games I used the gravity spikes, but still not super great. But I just wanted to use it to kind of show what I was doing. So the first thing I want to mention is what you just saw, is the smoke grenade. This is actually something Enos turned me on to, the idea of using smoke to run into a situation to gravity spike, because it hides you from your enemies. So in that case, I smoked the room and then ran through the room into the hard point. He said he discovered this because somebody killed him by it, and I started trying it, and it definitely doesn't hurt anything. So the only problem with the smoke is sometimes you can't see if the people you're trying to kill are still there to gravity spike. So that may be a problem, but for me it wasn't too big of a deal. And the second biggest thing is going to be the game mode. Now, I tried a lot of different game modes for this. This is probably my second or third time trying hardpoint, but I just figured out a way that it worked. So you can do it in team death. I think 3 out of my 6 challenges were done in TDM, but it's very hard to do. It's hard to do in all of them, but you're probably only going to get 4 gravity spikes per game of TDM. You can get 5 if you play extremely, extremely well, but it's probably only going to be 4. So that means you have to get 2 of them. You have to get at least a double kill, and then you have to get at least 1 kill on every other one. I average about 4.5, I'd say. So if you don't know, if you get killed while you're in the air gravity spiking, you lose half of your specialist meter, which is very frustrating. It's really dumb if you ask me. I think you should not lose your specialist meter, or you should just be invincible once you've hit gravity spikes, because if you get killed during the animation of any of the other specialists, you don't lose it. So I would say probably you shouldn't necessarily lose it. I don't think I like that very much, because it's pretty easy, honestly, to kill somebody midair while they're gravity spiking. So you're gonna have to watch out for that in TDM especially. And it's hard to get double kills in team deathmatch, especially in this game with gravity spikes. The way people play, very sporadic. They don't play as a team, so very rarely are you going to find 2 people together in a TDM, which makes it all the more frustrating to get those kills. I think the only TDM games where I actually completed it were games where I got like triple kills on just a fluke. Most of the time you're not going to get that, so it takes a long time to do in TDM. But I was pretty successful with hardpoint. I think these last 2 games were back-to-back for me as far as hardpoint goes. So one thing you have to do if you're going to do it in hardpoint is forsake the hill. You have to do what I hate doing and not play the objective, at least not fully. What you're going to want to try and do is juggle the hill, which is key because you get 100 points every time you capture the hill, and you want to be the first one to the hill on your team. But after that, I would suggest getting out of the hill and letting the enemies kind of get back in it, just slay around the hill, and then when they get back in it, you can push the hill again, kill them, get the capture points, and then push back out of the hill. It's all about hill control, and score control is another thing. Depending on how close or far away the score is, depends on how heavily you play the hill. If your team is way down and you need to make the game last longer, then that means you need to control the hill. So maybe you play a little more on the hill. Basically, your goal is going to be to make the game last as long as possible, keep the score as close as possible. And that's going to give you the greatest amount of time to get your gravity spikes and get those kills. I actually think I got gravity spikes like 6 times in this game. And it was because it was such a long game. You'll notice this video is like 12 and a half minutes long or something like that. So it's definitely a long game, and that was the only reason I got the gravity spikes. Second thing is, if you're in the hill, try and get kills from the hill, because you get defend points, which scores more. Of course, run overclock on everything. If you're trying to get specialist challenges, that's kind of a given. So juggling the hill, keeping the score close to prolong the game, and getting kills from the hill or near the hill are the best ways to do it. And still using smoke, I'd say, is a good way to cover yourself when you're going into the hill. So you'll see me in this video not necessarily playing the objective very well, which is, I hate to do that. I can't stand playing OBJ game modes and not playing the OBJ, but in this case I kind of was forced to, just to get the gravity spikes, and I'm not happy about it, but it's what it is. So to reiterate, if they have the hill, push it all day long. In fact, you probably really want to, because you want to make sure you're the first one on your team to get in that hill once you've killed the enemies, because you get those capture points for it. And you might get extra points for killing enemies in the hill too. I'm not certain about that. Probably not. But we'll see right there. Yeah, you said I got a hardpoint kill of 125 points versus 100 points. So you get extra points for that too. And you get defend points, I'm pretty sure. Not 100%. I don't really know. But that's all very important to getting your specialist score. And I think the last thing you're going to want to do is try and make sure there's 2 people around at least 2 people when you hit your gravity spikes. That's going to be your best bet to get your challenges done. If you're playing it in TDM, which again I personally wouldn't recommend, but maybe you find that's easier for you. If you're playing it in TDM, I think it might even be a little better. You have to average 1 gravity spike per 25 kills of the game, right? So if you get your gravity spikes at, say, 16 kills, that gives you 9 kills to work with to use those gravity spikes before you need to start working on another one. And your 2 options are this. You can either go right away. Again, I'm talking about TDM here. You can either go right away when you get those gravity spikes and try and get the quickest kill you can to start working towards your next ones, or you can kind of save them and hope for a double kill or a triple kill. I think if you get it before the 25 kill mark, you definitely you save them and try and get a multi-kill of some sort. If you get to about 20 or a little more, then you just need to kill somebody when you find them. And you just need to do your best to try and average 1 per 25 kills, in my opinion. And that's basically what I did for TDM. Again, I got 3 out of my 6 games in TDM and 3 in hardpoints, so one of those 2 game modes I'd probably recommend. Safeguard might work. The only problem with Safeguard is you only get 50 points per kill, and they can be very quick games depending on what the kind of team you have. So if you are going to do it in Safeguard, again, I would recommend not playing the OBJ at all, and making it last as long as possible. So that's pretty much the only suggestions I really have for Safeguard, again, I didn't do any of mine in Safeguard, so I don't really know how well that would work. This is kind of the last hurrah here for me in this game. I think I doubled up on my, what is that, hater that I've got there on the max. Oh, that's one more thing. I put on all non-lethal kill streaks so that I could get the assist points off of UAV, counter UAVs, and haters, assuming you get any of those. So that's probably the best way. It just adds a little bit extra to your specialist bar. So those all things combined, it's every little thing counts with the gravity spikes. So you need to get as many as you can per game to increase your odds. So those are my suggestions as far as gravity spikes go. Let me know what's worked for you guys. Maybe leave it in the comments if you've completed the gravity spikes and have a method that works better than you think mine does. Of course, it's up to you. So thank you guys for watching this video. Be on the lookout for those transmission videos. They are coming in the next 9 days. First one's starting today. As always, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I got knifed out of the air there, and you see I lost half my specialist bar. Really stupid that I got knifed, but I don't want to talk about that. I'm super glad that hero challenges are over, because I can take overclock off of all my classes. It's pretty much useless for anything other than getting your bonus quicker, which I don't really care about that, because my gun half the time is better than my specialist. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time, and God bless.
Friendly race inbound.
Incoming lethal!
The CDP stands strong.
We kicked some serious ass, guys.